Project Search Transition Program is a one-year school-to-work program that takes place entirely at the workplace, providing real-life work experience to help youth with significant disabilities make successful transitions from school to adult life. Host businesses provide access to on-site classrooms that are staffed by teachers and job coaches. The Project Search intern experiences total work immersion, which facilitate a seamless combination of on-site classroom instruction, career exploration, and on-the-job training and support. The goal for each intern is competitive employment.
Project Search benefits our entire community because all of our community members have a place in the workplace as well as in other places in our community. Many times our students who come out of high school in special education don't have an opportunity to enter the workplace. And Project Search is a program that not only gives our students and the interns the skills to be able to work in the workplace, but gives confidence to employers in our community that those students have skills and that when they leave school, they can become excellent employees and they can contribute not only to an employer's workplace, but also to the community as a whole.
Everybody has something to offer, and putting those skills to work and living as a society, we work and live together. And this is something that for people who haven't had an easy of life probably and maybe born with some disabilities, that allows them to contribute just as well as the next person.
The Governor's Council a few years ago kind of blessed the idea of bringing Project Search programs into the state because we heard that they are a great way to teach young people with disabilities job skills that really matter. So the Governor's Council put together a group of partners at various communities around the state, with Matsu Regional being one of those partners and the school district here in Matsu. And we started these programs in 4 different spots in the state, and this is one that's been going the longest, and very proud of it.
People with disabilities have often been placed in the easiest job. This has occurred all too often not because it's the best job for them, but because it's the easiest job to find for them. What Project Search has done is to turn that practice on its head and obtain jobs for interns that are complex but also systematic. Jobs that can be taught in a precise manner and will always be very similar. Essentially, that is the major difference that separates this program from previous efforts.
What I find is that there's kind of this myth out there that people with disabilities aren't very capable of doing difficult work and that they can only do menial tasks or volunteer work. I think that the truth really is that they can do just about any job that exists if they have the training to do that job. What's been missing is preparation. And just like the rest of us, I had to train to be a nurse. I didn't just wake up one day and become a nurse. And there haven't been training programs for people with disabilities that allowed them to prepare to do the jobs that they wanted. That's what Project Search does. And as a result, we have people doing unbelievably complex tasks and doing it as well as anybody's ever done.
Project Search is a internship program, an affiliation agreement with the school district to give internships to students with disabilities who are adults to give them marketable job skills. We have materials management where they learn how to stock all of the different materials in the hospital, and we have SPD sterile processing where they actually learn how to put together instrument sets and clean instrument sets for surgery. Filing and different project tasks for human resources, retail in our gift shop, and in our cafeteria. They also learn retail and how to service people, and housekeeping, how to clean. We have a 7-step process for cleaning patient rooms, and they learn how to do all of that.
People with disabilities can do really complex tasks as long as there's an element to them that is routine, and as long as they have the proper training to do those jobs.
Project Search is very successful in the fact that the program focuses on intern strengths, identifies those businesses whose workforce needs mirror those strengths, and then determines how both the intern and the business can profit from those capabilities. The program provides real-life work experience combined with training in employability and independent living skills to help students with significant disabilities make successful transitions from school to productive adult life. The Project Search model is rooted in the understanding that the talents and interests of people with disabilities are as varied and individual as any person. The program strives to match individual skills and interests of each intern with the specific needs of an employer to ensure that people with disabilities have meaningful and fulfilling work with opportunities for career advancement. In the Project Search model, the on-site job coaching and retention staff provide training and also follow-along support for interns. This involves a job support provider offering direct assistance as a job coach. Having follow-along support by the same staff member is an integral part of the workplace environment and offers many advantages.
The students are fully immersed in their internship, so we have a job coach certainly, but after the initial first week in the department, the job coach stands back. The student actually has a mentor or preceptor in the department who helps them, and they become immersed in the department to the point that when they're getting ready to go to their next internship, I have the directors and the employees coming into my office and saying, we don't want them to leave. Or at the end of the school year, as happens every year, we want to hire this person.
The continued presence and daily interaction between staff and intern means that problems such as behavioral issues or the need for retraining in response to procedural changes can be resolved immediately and efficiently. An economy of manpower is achieved because job support providers can handle much larger caseloads when all of their interns are at a single location. Project Search has developed an alternative to the rehabilitation model that is more compatible with contemporary business practices. Project Search provides a single conduit for organizing and delivering employment in an effective and accountable way. This facilitates a more thorough understanding of the operations, culture, and workforce needs of the employer, which in turn allows Project Search interns access to a greater variety of complex and rewarding jobs. For the employer, Project Search provides an opportunity to expand their workforce and receive a return on their investment. Interns have proven over time to be hardworking, punctual, responsible, and reliable. Other employees associated with Project Search interns will recount that their own attitudes and workplace outlook is improved by having these interns in their own work environment.
Project Search has been working wonderfully here. Actually, since we started the program, it has increased our employee satisfaction and our physician satisfaction. And it is mentioned in our surveys that we do every year. It benefits everyone, not just the Project Search student or the employee. It benefits the whole department.
We hear constantly that people with disabilities tend to create a better workforce. Because they come to work every day, because they are less likely to complain, it really does, and they work so hard that it elevates a workforce in general.
People with disabilities in their involvement in the community has tremendous value to society, and but it really involves and really requires participation in all aspects of the community, and not just living independently in where they want to live, but being able to work and play alongside the rest of the citizens in the state. And I think as a community, as a state, we value that, and certainly with the Governor's Council on Disabilities and Special Education, that's what we hope for, that people are able to work and live independently in the community of their choice.
We have such a great opportunity in Project Search to take parents of younger children, 4th, 5th grade, for instance, over to visit and to see, here's what could happen with your child, here's what could happen with your student. And those parents all of a sudden have dreams that they might have not had they not had the ability to see that actually in place.
There are people in our community who believe that people with disabilities should be in sheltered workshops away from the rest of the community, and I disagree. They're a part of our community just like anyone else. They get up in the morning and put their shoes and socks on just like we do. They have meaningful lives, and that's the point of work. We all work in order to have meaning in our meaningful lives so that we can pay our rent and live on our own and be independent. And that's the goal, is to have meaningful work and be able to be independent as we can be.
With all the advantages and opportunities created by Project Search, how could anyone not want to add that to their business and organization? It's not just a good thing, but a good business transaction.
10% of people in America have a disability. And so probably when you're working beside people who may have a son or daughter, brother or sister who has a disability. And maybe they've not believed that that relative could work or could have an independent life. And then all of a sudden, if you're working alongside somebody who's so capable, it changes your expectation for your own family member.
I think as people, the thing that we want to do in life is to work. I think it's in our DNA. Working is important, I think, for people, and Project Search provides the skills and the atmosphere and the mentoring so that we all can add value, every single one of us.